Hello and welcome back to Senior Health Over 60, your trusted space for staying active, informed, and thriving well into your golden years. I'm Dr. James Whitmore, a geriatric physician here in sunny Arizona, and I've spent over 3 decades helping older adults improve their mobility, energy, and independence. And let me tell you, aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what it takes to keep your legs strong and steady, even at 94 years old? Sounds almost too good to be true, right? But the reality is, it's absolutely possible. I've seen patients in their 80s and 90s still gardening, hiking, even dancing, without relying on a cane or walker. And you know what made the biggest difference? Not just exercise, not fancy equipment, but nutrition, specifically 6 essential vitamins that most seniors are missing. Now some people will tell you, hey, weak legs are just part of getting older. But I don't buy that, and neither should you. Yes, aging changes our bodies, that's science. But losing strength, balance, or stability in your legs doesn't have to be inevitable. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how the right nutrients, yes, simple vitamins, can keep your legs feeling youthful, stable, and full of energy. So if you've ever felt a little wobbly when standing or tired after just a short walk, this video could change the way you think about aging forever. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button, share this with someone you care about, and subscribe to Senior Health Over 60. Your support helps us create more content that empowers you and your loved ones to live strong, independent lives for years to come. Now grab a glass of water, get comfortable, and let's talk about the first vitamin that could transform the way your legs feel every day. Part 1. Vitamin D. Let's start with one of the most overlooked, yet most powerful allies for your legs. Vitamin D. Now, I call this one the foundation vitamin. Why? Because without it, your muscles weaken, your bones lose density, and your balance goes out the window. I've seen this over and over again in my patients. Folks who used to be active suddenly struggle just to stand from a chair or walk to the mailbox. Vitamin D plays a critical role in how your body absorbs calcium. But more than that, it directly supports muscle strength and bone integrity. And here's the kicker. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight. That means even if you're spending time outdoors, you might not be getting enough. One of my patients, Lorraine, 78, came in complaining about chronic leg cramps at night and an odd weakness when climbing stairs. Blood work showed she was significantly low on vitamin D within just 6 weeks of supplementation. Her nighttime cramps eased, and she told me, "Doctor, I finally feel like my legs belong to me again." That's the power of this vitamin. And here's the good news. You don't need to overhaul your diet. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sunshine a day can give your body a boost. But if you live in colder climates or don't spend much time outside, consider simple foods like fortified milk, eggs, or fatty fish like salmon. For a highly concentrated daily dose, 1 tablespoon of cod liver oil is a game changer. I recommend it to many of my patients because it's easy, affordable, and incredibly effective. It's one of those small habits that deliver outsized results. If your legs have been feeling achy, stiff, or unstable lately, don't assume it's just aging. It might be a simple nutrient your body's been silently begging for. Coming up next, we'll talk about a vitamin that works behind the scenes to keep your nerves firing and your legs energized. Asterisk, and why missing it could feel like your legs are betraying you. Stick with me because vitamin B12 might just surprise you. Part 2. Vitamin B12. Let's move on to a vitamin that's often misunderstood. But when it's missing, your legs definitely feel it. I'm talking about vitamin B12. If vitamin D is the foundation, B12 is the electrical wiring. It keeps your nervous system firing correctly and helps deliver oxygen-rich blood to your muscles. Without it, even walking across the room can feel like a marathon. Many older adults don't realize how critical this vitamin is, and even fewer know how easy it is to become deficient. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, which makes it harder to absorb B12 from food. That means you could be eating perfectly well and still not getting enough. One of my patients, John, a 74-year-old retired firefighter, came to see me because his legs felt weird, as he put it. Some days they felt fine. Other days they were shaky, numb, or just didn't respond the way he expected. He even mentioned feeling a tingling like pins and needles at night. Classic signs of B12 deficiency. Once we diagnosed the issue, we got him started on a B12-rich diet and a high-absorption supplement. Within a few weeks, he said, "Doc, I feel like my feet are back online." That's how fast your body can bounce back with the right support. So, where can you get more B12? Think animal products. Beef, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy. But if you're vegetarian or your digestion isn't what it used to be, one of the easiest fixes is nutritional yeast. It's loaded with B12, has a nutty flavor, and you can sprinkle it on almost anything, from scrambled eggs to soups to your morning toast. When you restore your B12 levels, you may notice better balance, fewer off days, and even improved focus. It's not magic, it's biology, and it's within your control. Now coming up, let's talk about vitamin C. Yes, the one you associate with immune support. But what if I told you it might be the secret to stronger joints and faster leg recovery? Stick around, because this one's going to surprise you. Part 3. Vitamin C. Now, when most people hear vitamin C, they immediately think of cold seisin, orange juice, maybe a few cough drops and moving on. But vitamin C is so much more than an immune booster. In fact, when it comes to keeping your legs strong, flexible, and pain-free, it plays a starring role. Vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the protein that holds your joints, tendons, and ligaments together. Think of it as the body's glue. And without enough of it, your joints can feel stiff, your muscles can recover more slowly, and you may start waking up with that dreaded morning stiffness we often blame on just getting old. But here's the truth. It's not always age. Sometimes it's just a vitamin shortfall. I'll never forget working with a patient named Barbara, age 69. She loved gardening but had started noticing soreness in her knees that lingered for days, even after light activity. She thought her body was just wearing out. But after looking deeper, we found she was low on vitamin C, something surprisingly common in older adults who don't eat enough fresh fruits and veggies. So we added a daily tablespoon of acerola cherry powder to her morning smoothie. It's a natural source of vitamin C, far more potent than oranges, and easy on digestion. Within a month, Barbara was back to planting tomatoes without wincing in pain. What's even more impressive? Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant, meaning it helps fight off inflammation that builds up in the joints and muscles over time. That's the hidden cause of many aches and pains that creep in and stay longer than they should. Good sources include bell peppers, strawberries, kiwi, and citrus fruits. But if your diet isn't packing enough punch, a simple supplement, or that scoop of acerola cherry powder, can be a game changer. So if your knees have been cranky, your legs feel heavy, or you've been slow to bounce back after a walk or workout, give vitamin C a second look. Your joints will thank you. Next, we'll talk about a vitamin that's almost always forgotten, but it could be the very reason your bones aren't using calcium the right way. Up next, vitamin K2. Stay with me. This one is often the missing link. Part 4. Vitamin K2. Now let's talk about a vitamin that flies under the radar, but it could be the key to unlocking stronger bones and more stable legs. I'm talking about vitamin K2. Most people know about calcium, and many of my older patients are taking calcium supplements faithfully every single day. But here's something they often don't hear. Without K2, all that calcium might not end up where it's supposed to go. You see, K2 acts like a traffic director for calcium. It tells it, hey, go to the bones and teeth, not the arteries or joints. Without enough K2, calcium can build up in soft tissues like your knees, hips, or even your blood vessels. That's how people end up with stiff joints, tight calves, or worse, fragile bones that break from a small fall. I once treated a World War II veteran named Hank. He was 87 and tough as nails, but over the last couple of years, he noticed that his legs were starting to give out. His knees ached, his posture changed, and yet he'd been diligent with his calcium. The missing puzzle piece, vitamin K2. We introduced a simple change, just a tablespoon of grass-fed butter daily, rich in natural K2. And after a few months, Hank noticed something subtle but important. "Doc," he said, "I don't dread walking to the end of the driveway anymore." That lightness in his step came from bones finally getting the support they needed, because the calcium was going where it belonged. Fermented foods like natto and aged cheeses are excellent sources of K2, but if those aren't your cup of tea, there's no shame in going the butter route. Even ghee, a clarified form of butter used in cooking, can be a great source. The thing with K2 is, it doesn't work overnight, but over weeks and months, it helps build resilience from the inside out. And if you've been dealing with leg pain, bone density concerns, or stiffness despite taking calcium, this may be the missing piece. Coming up next, we'll explore a mineral that's absolutely critical for keeping your muscles relaxed, your energy high, and those pesky nighttime cramps at bay. That's right, we're talking about magnesium. And it might just be what your legs have been asking for all along. Part 5, Magnesium. Now let's shift our focus to a mineral that's quietly working behind the scenes every single day. Magnesium. If your legs ever feel heavy, crampy, or just tired for no clear reason, you might be dealing with a magnesium deficiency. And trust me, it's more common than you think, especially as we age. Magnesium plays a central role in hundreds of processes in your body. But when it comes to your legs, there are 3 key benefits: muscle relaxation, proper circulation, and consistent energy. When your magnesium levels dip, those benefits go with it. That's when you might notice your legs cramping at night, your calves tightening after a short walk, or even an unexplained sense of fatigue when standing. I had a patient, Grace, 76, who described her legs as feeling like they were made of concrete some days. She'd wake up with stiff calves, and some nights she'd shoot out of bed from a sudden Charlie horse in her thigh. Her labs showed, no surprise, a magnesium deficiency. After just 2 weeks of daily magnesium-rich snacks, especially pumpkin seeds, she started sleeping through the night again and told me, "I forgot what it felt like to stretch my legs without worrying about cramps." That's what magnesium can do. And it's not just about cramp relief. This mineral helps regulate blood flow to your muscles, ensuring they get the oxygen and nutrients they need when they need it. Poor circulation can make your legs feel sluggish, or cause that pins and needles sensation some seniors describe after sitting for too long. So how can you get more magnesium? Leafy greens, whole grains, almonds, and pumpkin seeds are all solid sources. But one of the easiest and most effective methods I recommend is just 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day. It's small, easy to digest, and packs a powerful punch. If you've been feeling like your legs just don't have the stamina they used to, or you've been plagued by nightly spasms or unpredictable fatigue, magnesium might be the fix your body's been asking for. Next up, we're going to talk about a vitamin that's often forgotten, but plays a key role in circulation, stamina, and overall leg vitality. That's right, vitamin E is up next. Stay tuned, it might be the leg-boosting tip you've never heard about. Part 6, Vitamin E. We've made it to the final vitamin on our list, and believe me, we saved one of the best for last, vitamin E. If you've ever felt like your legs get tired way too quickly, feel cold more often, or even swell slightly after sitting for a while, this might be the nutrient you're missing. And yet, it's one of the most overlooked when it comes to leg health. Vitamin E works as a natural blood flow enhancer. It keeps your vessels flexible and helps your blood move freely, especially to your extremities like your feet and calves. When blood flow is sluggish, your muscles don't get enough oxygen. That can leave your legs feeling achy, heavy, or just plain worn out, even if you haven't done much that day. One patient I worked with, Edna, 81, told me she used to dread grocery shopping, not because of the walking, but because her legs would swell up and ache after just 20 minutes of standing. We took a look at her nutrient levels and found she was getting almost no vitamin E in her diet. So we made one small change: 1 tablespoon of wheat germ oil each day. And within a few weeks, Edna called me up and said, "Doctor, I walked the whole store without stopping once, and my legs didn't hurt afterward." That's the power of better circulation. Vitamin E doesn't just help with blood flow. It also acts as an antioxidant, protecting your cells, including the cells in your blood vessels, from damage. And as we get older, that protection becomes even more important. You can find vitamin E in foods like sunflower seeds, almonds, spinach, and avocados. But if you're looking for an easy daily boost, wheat germ oil is one of the richest natural sources I've found. A single tablespoon gives your body what it needs to keep those leg muscles energized and responsive. So if you've been noticing slower recovery, more swelling, or just that sluggish, "My legs don't feel like they used to" feeling, vitamin E could be your quiet but powerful ally. Now that we've explored all 6 essential vitamins for strong, healthy legs, let's take a moment to wrap everything up and talk about how to put these insights into action. Stick around, because the conclusion might be the most motivating part of all. We've covered a lot today, and I'm truly glad you stayed with me through this journey. By now, you've seen that strong, energized legs in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and yes, even into your 90s isn't a fantasy. It's a reality that's built step by step, choice by choice, starting with the nutrients you give your body. To recap briefly, vitamin D builds the bones and muscles. Vitamin B12 powers your nerves and balance. Vitamin C protects and repairs your joints. Vitamin K2 ensures your calcium goes to the right place. Magnesium keeps your muscles relaxed and free of cramps. And vitamin E helps keep blood flowing strong and steady through every inch of your legs. These aren't just vitamins. They're your daily defense against weakness, stiffness, and that slow loss of independence none of us want to face. And here's the most empowering part. You don't need drastic changes. A spoonful of cod liver oil, a sprinkle of nutritional yeast, a handful of pumpkin seeds, small habits done consistently can restore strength, stability, and confidence to your every step. I've seen it happen in my clinic. I've seen patients go from hesitant and unsure on their feet to walking taller, moving freer, and feeling like themselves again. So don't wait. Start today. Pick one vitamin from this list and make it part of your routine. Then build from there. Your legs and your life will thank you. And before we go, if this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Senior Health Over 60. It's the best way you can support our mission to help older adults across America live longer, healthier, more active lives on their own terms. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, stay steady, and we'll see you in the next video.